You know what? I think I really like playing the Preds. Even though we're not going to do that anymore, but the Vancouver Canucks have just defeated Nashville once again. Before we get into this game, and I know there's a lot to talk about with this game, let's talk about the results that we had after the game, and let's talk about some of the stuff that happened before the game too. So the stuff after the game. With this Vancouver Canucks win, they have 67 points. They have a 3-point lead on second and third place in the Pacific Division. It looks like Calgary is going to get there to 64 points too, because they're leading over the Sharks at the moment of this recording. So for the sake of continuity, and because this is going to be uploaded in about half an hour, let's just say that the Canucks have a 3-point lead on 3 Pacific teams, which is absolutely nuts. Nice to see that gap extending a little bit more. The Vancouver Canucks, obviously winless in their last 4, finally get another win here. Quinn Hughes had 3 points in this one, 3 assists, putting him all the way up there to 44 points on the year. That is first in rookie scoring, 2 points over Cale Makar, and that's actually tied for 4th in defenseman scoring in general. John Carlson has 67, Roman Josi has 54, Victor Hedman has 46, Pietrangelo has 44, and Quinn Hughes also has 44 now too. Actually, that might actually have changed. I don't really know if any of those players have played a game or not. Let's check. Okay, is there a St. Louis game today? No, there isn't. So Quinn Hughes is pretty much up there right now, and things are looking really, really nice. It doesn't look like the Avs played today either. No, they didn't. So they didn't get themselves a Cale Makar to push Quinn Hughes out of that spot. Hughes currently has a really nice number of 36 assists on the year. That is also good enough for 4th in the league in D-man points. So remember that video I made earlier in the summer on whether or not Hughes can be a top 5 D-man in the league? Well, he kind of already is in terms of the points, which is absolutely nuts since he's only 20. Check out this crazy stat. Quinn Hughes is the 2nd rookie defenseman in NHL history to record 4 3-assist games in a season, joining Ray Bourque. Look at the guys who he beat out: Brian Leetch, Chris Chelios, etc. 4 3-assist games as a rookie in the NHL for a D-man. We got it, boys. Quinn Hughes is the next coming of Ray Bourque, and I'm saying that 100% truthfully. But Quinn Hughes had an absolute monster of a night, but you know who else had a monster of a night? The fans. The fans in the building who were able to attend this glorious ceremony. It was Legends Night at Rogers Arena, so the pregame ceremony featured good attributions to Stan Smyl, Trevor Linden, Markus Naslund, and an absent Pavel Bure. Some people were wondering why the heck wasn't Bure there. Well, it was actually revealed on Twitter. Gino Odjick kinda made this public because he shed some light on the person who said it, but Pavel Bure had some visa issues, so he wasn't actually able to come into the country, which is why he had to attend the ceremony via video, as you saw if you did watch the ceremony. They were paying tribute to all the guys who already had their numbers retired, and then they actually revealed the new banners, wherein they designed the banners off of the jersey era themes that the players primarily came from. It's different with Linden because he has that 90s aesthetic to him, even though he did play for the Canucks in the 2000s. But I was also kind of irked because the new banners don't actually have the years on them, so that was kind of confusing to me. But I'm sure something will eventually change. I'm not necessarily too sure if that was just for tonight or if that's going to be the permanent layout of the banners, but Legends Night was off to a great start. We saw the Sedins in the building, we saw Bourque in the building as well, and we saw these legends over here on the ice. So on Wednesday, we're going to have the actual Sedin jersey retirement. I believe that's the game where Luongo, Kessler, Yannick Hansen, Burrows are all going to come out. I'm not necessarily too sure, but who knows? That's just up in the air. Don't take my word for that. I know all those guys are coming, but I don't know if that's going to be the exact game that they're going to show up at. Most likely, though, right? Because that's the jersey retirement. They're going into the rafters, the Sedins 33 and 22. But let's go on with this actual game. We've already killed enough time. The Vancouver Canucks take this one. It's 6-2. They start things off early on with Zach McEwen, who is coming in for the first time in a while. He hasn't played in a while. Same with Justin Bailey, because Besser is out, Mott is out. The same guys we know are out have been out. So we have some farm team guys in here. And it's Troy Stecher who plays the puck in for J.T. Miller, who gives it over to McEwen, who gives it back over to Miller, who gives it back over to McEwen. It's a really nice Sedin-like play along the boards where they cycle it along, and then the guy who takes it up on the half boards cuts into the middle, he shoots it, and he scores it. That is an absolutely fantastic goal. And then the Vancouver Canucks go on the power play about 5 minutes later. And it was crazy because earlier against the Nashville Predators, the Canucks had a ton of power play goals against Nashville. So I was kind of thinking, okay, our power play's in a slump. If we need to get on and actually get our power play back on track, this is the game to do it. So all of a sudden, because Besser is out, it's Brandon Sutter who is in there. He's the one who takes the puck in after Hughes sends it over to Petey. Petey one time slap passes it into the slot, and Brandon Sutter is there. He tips it in on the forehand, directed behind him because he was facing the opposite side of the net, and then he tips it in. It's a nice slap pass play, another Sedin-like play. So this one's assisted by Pettersson, it's assisted by Hughes. Petey has 33 assists on the year, Hughes has 34 assists on the year. Then give it another minute, and all of a sudden, Roussel plays it off to the side, Gaudette plays it back to the point, Jordy Ben is there, he shoots it, he scores it, boom, that's Ben's first on the year. It's a 3-0 lead for Vancouver, and Pekka Rinne hasn't looked great. Yeah, sucks to be Pekka Rinne tonight, things just weren't going his way. He did start off the second period, but he got pulled quickly after Elias Pettersson scored off of his behind. It was Edler who took a wicked slap shot up high, and then Pettersson jumped and hit him in the back. Or I say the back, but you know exactly what I mean. And it goes in, so Pekka Rinne gets pulled after allowing 4 goals on 17 shots. That's a really bad save percentage of 7.65. And the Canucks have a 4-0 lead. So I was kind of thinking, okay, where do we go from here? Are we going to get some more goals? Are we going to lay off the gas pedal a little bit? Or are we just going to, oh my goodness, they just scored. Craig Smith is the guy who gets the Predators on the board. It's on the power play. Then Mikael Granlund gets the Predators on the board again. It's like 2 minutes later. And during the second period, the Vancouver Canucks let up so many shots, so many glorious scoring opportunities. The Predators had 19 shots in the second period. Markstrom saved 17 of them, which is really good, but the fact of the matter is Jacob Markstrom was amazing in this one, and it's honestly starting to get on my nerves. Yeah, he's been doing really well, and I will say that. It's great that he's doing well. But I also don't think it's that great that Jacob Markstrom needs to perform that well. Because if Jacob Markstrom wasn't peak Jacob Markstrom tonight, the Predators could have easily scored 4, 5, maybe even 6 goals in this game. And I know we won, and I know it was by a good margin, but it doesn't feel good giving up those chances, and it doesn't feel safe giving up those chances because I know this team can be better. Jacob Markstrom had to bail out this team quite a few times, but as this season goes on, I think this team really needs to clamp on their defense and actually make it so that Markstrom doesn't need to make 17 saves in one period. I said it, it's great that he was able to make those saves, but the fact is he shouldn't be in that position where he needs to make those saves. So, give it a few minutes, J.T. Miller eventually scores after he wins the faceoff, plays it back over to Quinn Hughes. Hughes rips it towards Miller and it goes off of his knee pad and in. That's Quinn Hughes' second point on the night, 35th assist on the year. J.T. Miller, the guy's got 22 goals. We talk about it all the time, J.T. Miller, an absolute limelight this season. And then in the third period, Jake Virtanen on the power play gets the pass from Quinn Hughes, and he absolutely just rips it right through. I think that went underneath the arm, but it bounced off of a Predators player in front. I'm not too sure, but UC Saros lets up 2 goals in this one. He has an 8.67 save percentage, really not all that great. Same with Pekka Rinne, but the Vancouver Canucks were 2 for 4 on the power play here tonight, and I think the 4 is kind of different because a lot of the power plays the Canucks got were towards the end of the game, and at that point, you could kind of sense that both the Predators and the Canucks just wanted to get the game over with. There was a lot of shenanigans at the end too, which we're not really going to focus on here because that's going to happen in a hockey game when all the players are heated up. But Sedin week is off to a great start, where Quinn Hughes is up here. He's one of the top D-men in the league for points. He's already taken the rookie scoring lead once again over Cale Makar. 6-2 is the final score, and we're back in the W column. The Canucks are getting those chances back, and the only critique I have is that their defense needs to be a little bit more solid so that Markstrom doesn't need to make as many saves as he did. But believe me, I'm still really happy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Trust 99, and bye.